Mostly Cabernet Sauvignon,
Oh, I
a very
love
jammy sort.
Cabernet. Oh, I like the dry. Cabernet's my favorite though.
And the mayor has finally arrived. Of
She's
course,
always
she's
the
the last person to arrive because, of course, she's the most important. And the mayor is conferring with the press. We're very excited. The press is having a special briefing with the mayor. Mayor Kim Norton of Rochester, Minnesota, receives a special briefing from ABC6 News. What could it be that they're discussing? The tensions run high in this room as we await. We were waiting a long time for Mayor Norton to arrive, but fortunately, she's finally here. The people rejoice. Mayor Norton speaking with member of the press, ABC6 News, I believe. Oh, she's done talking to the mayor and she returns to the questioning area. Oh, okay. Oh, she is one of the questions. What will she give the mayor? Oh, okay. What's happening? We don't know. Mayor looking very lovely tonight, I must say. Oh, I'm wrong about the press agent there. If I can see the name. Oh, that's the League of Women Voters, the organizer of tonight's debate, the League of Women Voters. The mayor removes her mask. That's some risky behavior. We don't often see the mayor removing her mask, but apparently she feels safe and secure in the air exchange in this tiny room. Of course, most of the Democrats are wearing masks. We can tell the mentally ill ones from the sane.
All right, can everyone hear me? Yes, good. Good evening and welcome to tonight's candidate forum. I'm Jim Kidler from the League of Women Voters of Minnesota. We've asked that no candidate buttons, t-shirts, signs, or literature be visible in the room during the candidate forum. Campaign literature is welcome outside this room at the end of the forum. And if you're interested in learning more about the league, we have information for back to the room. This will be the first time I'll ask this, but I'm going to repeat it. Please remain quiet as the candidates are speaking tonight so that everyone can hear. And please hold your applause until the end of the forum so that candidates have the maximum time to respond to your questions. We expect everyone to be respectful to all candidates and to the forum process. Please take a moment now to silence whatever electronic device you have. Also, a reminder to candidates, when you're holding your microphone, post bulletin, the Rochester Area Chamber of Commerce, and the Rochester Public Library. Thanks also to the Rochester Public Library for coverage of tonight's forum. The forum is being held in front of a live audience and also being projected into meeting room C. That's the right one. And it's also being live streamed and will be available for viewing after this evening from a link on the League website. I think you can also get to it from the Rochester Public Library YouTube. Excuse me. We'd also like to thank the candidates for being here tonight, and thank you all for being here and participating in this forum with us. Tonight's questions have come from the League, the Post Bulletin, the Chamber, and members of the audience. We have note cards available if you'd like to submit a question. I have a fine stack here already. But members of the audience, we would like to get your questions too. So if you have a question, write it on a note card, hold it up, and a volunteer from the League will come and pick it up for you. Questions must be relevant to the role of being mayor. And all questions must be addressed to all of the candidates. So Anything that's unclear, hostile, pointed, of a personal nature, it will not be used. And any similar questions that we, will consolidate. So the legal will be reviewing questions, consolidate for overlap so that we can get through as many questions as possible. We encourage questions that look to the future rather than reviewing past issues. The League of Women Voters sponsors candidate forums to give voters the opportunity to hear and compare each candidate's position on the issues. We've gathered questions from various sources and will ask as many questions as possible within the time limits. The views expressed in this forum are those of the candidates, not those of the League, and the sponsorship of this forum is not an endorsement of any candidate by the League or our sponsors. All viable candidates that have filed have been invited to this mayoral forum. So I'd like to introduce our candidates, and they're seated in alphabetical order. I'm grateful.
The pledge.
And I would also like to say that we'll be going in alphabetical order tonight.
The pledge.
Dean Kutsukos, Kim Norton, Britt Noser, and Brad Trahan. And if I said anyone's name wrong, please tell me now.
The pledge.
Okay, we will not have time for that tonight. Thank you. The candidates have all agreed to the League's forum rules.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You need to leave? Sir, I'm going to ask you to leave. Would you please pause the forum while we clear the room of the people who were saying the pledge? Anybody who said the pledge needs to leave the room right now. Why? Because you disrupted the process. We were very clear that the pledge was not part of the...
You are a nonprofit group which functions with taxpayer money. As such, you are subject to IRS regulations. The Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America is a perfectly natural thing to have at a public event with an elected public official.
It is not required.
It is not required, and you are disrupting the forum. We are pausing the forum until we clear the room of the people who were disruptive. Because you were disruptive, what was very clear, we're expecting that you might be disruptive for other future
You're
rules.
disrupting longer than we had.
It doesn't matter.
The Pledge of Allegiance took a moment. It does matter. This is the United States of America.
Okay, we will clear the room entirely.
Mayor Norton, what do you say?
We will clear the room entirely, and we will not resume the debate until the room is clear.
Let's just begin, please.
Yeah, let's just move
I
on.
didn't know that consequence maybe before this happened, so I think let's just let's just move on.
Let's just do what we came here to do and let it go. Let it go.
MoveOn.org. Move on.
All right, ma'am, please continue.
Clear the room.
This is the public building for the public.
Paid for by taxpayers.
Those who refuse to clear the room are violating the library code of conduct and will be removed.
Would that be documented in the newspaper?
Why, yes, I'm sure it will be.
That they violated it by saying the Pledge of Allegiance?
They violated it by disrupting the forum process. You're disrupting.
You're disrupting
We
the
were
more
very
and longer.
clear about the rules of the forum before we started. I would like this room to be cleared of all participants.
Participants in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I would like this room to be cleared now of all viewers. You will be able to view it online through our streaming services. You should all vote. And I appreciate those of you who are not disrupted, who are also understanding why I need to be here.
Yeah, thanks a lot, you guys. I really appreciate
This is terrible.
No.
I don't agree that they did it. I'm sorry they disrupted. But I suggest respectfully that we just begin.
You'll get your chance to talk online.
I need everyone who's not a volunteer to leave.
Why don't you ask all the candidates to leave the room too?
Go for it.
Anybody
Go for
who's
it.
not,
Bring
who's
it
still
up.
here when the police arrive, will receive a one-year trespass.
I'm gonna take the trespass.
At this point, no, because I don't trust it to not be disruptive there. Everyone needs to leave. Anyone who is still here when the police arrive will receive a one-year trespass.
I ask all the candidates, if you believe in the flag, you leave the building too.
That's right.
Maybe you shouldn't live in the USA if you don't like the Pledge of Allegiance.
This is not about the pledge. This is about disrupting.
The pledge.
Where does it say that in here? Where does it say that in here? Where does it say that in here? It doesn't say it anywhere.
Why
Where are the
can't you
rules?
say the pledge?
Where are the rules? Post the rules someplace.
Post the rules that you don't want the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America said.
But she literally canceled the entire thing.
She canceled the event because of the Pledge of Allegiance. That's something I'm willing to be trespassed for.
We did something for about 30 seconds and she canceled the whole thing.
You say the Pledge of Allegiance in the United States of America at a public library, and they cancel the event.
So get the fuck away
The
from me.
event is not canceled. The event will continue after the room is cleared. It will be live streamed and available on our
It's being
website.
live streamed right now.
We know.
You are being live streamed.
And you are violating the rules of this property by failing to comply with staff.
You should have just said the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States.
The sooner you leave, the more questions they will have to answer. So, again, the longer you stay, the fewer questions they will have to answer.
We pay taxes here. We own this room. You can say the pledge.
Allison, will you make sure that we're clearing meeting room C? Thank you.
This will go viral.
You are going to be famous, guys.
Yes.
League of Women's Voters in Rochester, Minnesota, with Mayor Norton.
Pledge of Allegiance that they canceled the entire debate.
They can't say the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States. Oh, and there's the charming Mr. What's-His-Face. Charming Mr. What's-His-Face, the mayor's hubby.
No one told us we couldn't do that.
We're very clear that you have to
I'll be proud to be trespassed from this facility for saying the Pledge of the United States. I'll be proud to do that.
It's going to be trespassed for 1 year and an officer out in the hall. So if you do not disperse now, we are officially asking you to leave the building. You will be trespassed for 1 year if you do not.
We'll just add.
Okay, that's the guy. That's the guy who just gave the trespass notice. Oh, sorry. Oh, you're kicking me. Woo! I'm manspreading here. Oh, what are you doing to me? Oh, thank you. 75 librarians in Rochester. This is what they do for you for that money. That's great. I would expect much more. Oh, boring. Militants. League of Women Voters cancels the event over the pledge to the flag, and they're all wearing masks because they're that afraid of life.
Are you deciding to leave?
You guys can have your fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, no longer.
Bye.
It's no longer a public meeting, it's a private meeting, they say. That's what they do in Rochester, Minnesota. The lefties are so triggered. And that's Mayor Norton's husband, charming gentleman. You can't say the pledge in Rochester, Minnesota. It triggers the lefties. It triggers the lefties every time.